Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the exciting new things coming to New World, the PTR, new weapons, new enemy variety, and much more. Will this fix New World and all of its problems? Let's talk about that. And today, New World in Amazon Game Studios released the new patch notes explaining a lot of the new updates and new changes coming to the game. And I just wanted to talk about each of these with you and kind of give you my overall thoughts. The first one is a PTR. If you don't know what that is, it's just a public test realm. It's basically separate from the main game where they can go in and test new features. They did talk about a lot of new features coming up, but luckily everyone will have the ability to get this. By the end of today, when this video is posted, everyone with a copy of the game will have a second application they can download for the public test realm, and they will become available tomorrow on November 10th. This will be pretty exciting overall. There will be one world in US East and one world in Central Europe. So hopefully if you are in one of those regions, you're able to test it if you can get into the queues. Honestly, this sounds pretty exciting to me because you can really get an insight into what is coming from the game, aside from the weekly forum posts and weekly patch notes that they give. But some of the most important things in this are the new weapon and new content they are adding. They are finally adding the Void Gauntlet, which is something that I've been really excited for. It's another magical DPS weapon and support hybrid thing. I believe it will scale in both intelligence and focus, which is really good, especially if you are a healer. Currently, if you're a healer, only focus will apply to the life staff and nothing else. So it's really good that this will scale with focus as well. So you can really do a magic build if you want to with both intelligence and focus. It really gives you a lot more flexibility overall. They didn't really talk a lot about the abilities, but they did say there is a tree that will give you a void blade and some other things as well. I'll link it all down below so you can see their actual post, but they didn't really show off the skill tree in the overall post, which I think is fine. It'll be a surprise for people who are on the PTR, and then probably a lot of more people will cover it as well. Next, they did talk about new missions and mobs. There's going to be some new enemy types coming to the game and new quests around them as well. It looks like for the most part they will be called the Varangian, and there's going to be a few different types, some level ranges between 16 to 20, and there will be some quests around them as well for Everfall. So if you're a person that goes to Everfall a lot, you should be able to see some quests there as well, to kind of figure out what's going on if you're really into the lore and want to figure out why these new enemies are coming to Eternum. Lastly, there are a few other things that they didn't mention. There are going to be new legendary weapon quests, which will be nice if you're someone who's already level 60 and are looking for new content outside of Wars and Outpost Rush. So that should be good to help you get some cool gear and help you max out that gear score and get it to level 600. And then they did mention as well some improved mainline story quests. They didn't really say exactly what they will be particularly, but some of the things they did mention were some wave events, destructible objects, and proximity nodes for tracking. And you'll see some of these if you get into the PTR and test it out. Hopefully that'll be pretty good and make some more variety to the just go somewhere, kill things, or loot chests. Hopefully all this variety will make for a more cohesive experience as a whole. And that's honestly going to be pretty good for the game. I feel like a lot of people kind of have gotten stale of the game. It's a lot of repeat content, so hopefully this new variety will help with that. And then the last thing in terms of PvP and enemy content is there will be new PvP faction missions. The three that they mentioned are control points. These missions send you out to control the forts in the game. Intercept, which is defeat enemy faction members and collect their tiers, which I assume is just something they'll drop, so you can get that. And then lastly, war camp loot, where you can retrieve hidden plans at enemy war camps. I assume these will be positioned somewhere where there's going to be a lot of PvP, so it'll be really cool to have these added as well if you're kind of getting stale of PvP missions as well. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is the new trading post experience. And they talked about this, I believe, last week, but now it's official. And what this is all trading posts have been linked and are now unified. So for example, if you're in Brightwood, you can see what is on sale in First Light or vice versa. This mainly affects people wanting to buy in the game, property taxes, and then any sort of taxes that are in a specific region will be locked to that region. So you would pay whatever the sales tax is in Brightwood if you're in Brightwood, and vice versa. And that's all for the new content. They do have a PTR FAQ as well, and this is pretty simple. It's just saying that everyone has access to the secondary PTR, and you can just use that if you would like. And unfortunately, with this, you cannot transfer your character in the live version of the game. It's essentially a new sandbox environment where you can go to test all the new changes. So unfortunately, you will not be able to keep your, say, level 50, level 60 character if you've reached the end game. And as always, there are ways to give feedback to the developers within the game. And so I assume they will want that as well if you're playing, to get your feedback on the overall cohesion of the game. That's really all that is a part of the PTR announcement. If you like this content and enjoyed just me telling you about these updates, feel free to like and subscribe to the video. I make New World content pretty frequently, as well as some mixture of other game reviews and content as well. But until next time, I will see you later. Bye.